What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Best Card Breaks. This is Nick, and we are live with our next half case of new release 24-25 Panini Revolution Basketball. How are we doing tonight, everyone? Let me know who's hanging out. Say hello in the chat if you're joining us, ready to keep the Kaboom hunt going. Let's go, my friends. Let's see if we're going to get it in this half, or if we'll be on to the second half with some other hits. Right or left, my friends? See if somebody would like to make the choice right or left on the inner. That'll be the one we rip now. The next one will be number 4. So I don't see anybody call it in about 10 to 15 seconds. I'll pick, just giving some time for the delay here. Right or left. Hopefully some nice Pistons show up. Looking for the Pistons. Let's go. Mr. Russell. Right or left. Wait one more second here. All right, I don't see anything. I'm going to go rights. I'm going to go right side. Let's see what we got. Again, the second half is filling up. I think that's about half full right now, I do believe. About half full, so check that out. You're looking to continue the Kaboom chase. I have seen master cases with 2 Kabooms. So if we do hit one here, don't rule it out for the second half. Here we go. A couple of boxes. All right, I'm going to take this one. This one was sideways, so. Oh, you have Pistons in both. Sweet. All right. Well, there you go. You got a full case worth of Pistons coming. That's the nice thing, right? If you're in this one and your team is still open in the second half, you can have a full case of your team, because the second half will be the other half that I just put over there. Jeremy, I sold the 101 for $44.99. I couldn't believe it. Some huge Coco collector bought it. Tried the negotiating. I'm like, it was up for 20 minutes, and I was getting blown up, messages and offers and stuff. And I was like, look, I just posted it. It's gonna be $44.99 for now. If someone buys it, cool. I have offers open just to see what comes in, and they bought it. So Franz Wagner Fractal and Bronny James on the Fractal insert. I'll give that a little top loader action. Gary Payton Groove. And A.J. Johnson to 99. A.J. Johnson to 99. Is this the... Nope. Some of these are tough. The out of 175 looks exactly the same. So I got to check something. Man, look at that scratch. That deep scratch right at the top of the card. Keldon Johnson and Tristan Da Silva to 175 Lightning. And we've got Kevin Durant out of 99 Cosmic on the inserts. Mitchell and Liftoff. Chet not numbered. Bobby Klintman going to be our first auto. There you go, Jeremy. Pistons. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. Bobby Klintman. I think he just sends Bobby K. Devin Vassell out of 99. That's a lot of out of 99. That's 4 numbered cards in this box. Domantas Sabonis closing out number 1. 4 numbered cards. Yeah, that was nuts. And I'm thinking, I think there's a comp on the triple too, right? Isn't the comp around $3,000? I think. So yeah, that's that's pretty insane. Pretty insane. All right, let's see. 99s here. 175 and fractals. All right, box 2. Plus the other auto, which I think that's only $300-400. And then I saw in the next one, Coco went for like $1,200. So, like, I think people are realizing, you know, when the product first hit, it was so cheap, and you know, you look at all the other tennis products and they kind of flopped, right? It just didn't have the demand. You weren't pulling the big guys or the good ones as often. But this set really hit, and the cards are selling for crazy money. And then I think once people realized, you know, how good the comps were, everyone just started buying. So then all the comps on breaks go up, and now everybody wants it. You know, it kind of took a minute to fill the 2 double casers we did, and the last, you know, 30, 40 took a bit. And now I bet if I could do the same thing, it'd be gone. I mean, that break would fill so fast now with how good Royalty is doing. So there you go. 125, that's the one that looks just like the base. It's like refractory. Neutron, I believe it's called. Reed Shepherd base, LaMelo Groove, and Devin Carter base. Karl Anthony Towns, how about that guy? Man, just spearheading the comeback against my Pacers. Numbered to 149. Fireworks. Dominique Wilkins Fractal. Isaiah, no. Dalton Knecht on the Groove, and on the Fractal, Jason Tatum. Insert. Cade Cunningham Groove. And some ink. Dyson Daniels. And then out of 125 here on the Yves Missy. Dyson Daniels Hawks. Over to Battles. There you go. And Paul George Fractal. Closing out box 2. This is 125. Here, all right. Keeping them separate. All right, number 3, we've got some Bowman to rip next. We've got the other half of Revolution open, and then a couple of player breaks that are getting close. Hopefully those can fill up and rip tonight. If they're not full by around, I'd say 10, 15. They're going to go to the next day, go to tomorrow. Pacers are going down. Are you a Knicks fan, Mitch? Are you a Knicks fan? I don't know. That game was very disappointing, though. That must have felt like the Knicks game 1. The Pacers coming back and winning that game. I understand how the Knicks fans felt. Like, the first 2 games were unbelievable, but to drop that game just felt like takes the breath, the steam away from those first 2 wins. Ugh. Steve Nash Groove, Wemby insert, Desmond Bane Groove, and to 25, Jacoby Walter. Infinite, this one's called. Infinite to 25 over to the Raptors. Oh, kaboom! Jason Tatum Celtics. There you go, BWL. Nice hit on the Celtics. Kaboom. Tatum. There we go. There we go. Nice hit, BWL. Congrats. Let's get the white. There's the kaboom. See if we can find another one. Kuminga, Fractal. And Deron Holmes to 60 on the future frame. To 60 on that one. 60, 25. Groove, Pele Larson. Steph insert. Westbrook and Larry Bird. Legends to 175, D Wade. Nice one, Heat. And Tim Duncan Legends Fireworks to 149. Ben, your whole life is a Knicks fan. It was the Bulls, then Jordan retired, then it was the Pacers, then the Rockets, the Spurs, and on. Knicks can never get past the final boss. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while, right? This is the first Eastern Conference Finals in quite some time for the Knicks. The final boss. It's like the Red Sox, right? It's like the Red Sox of the Knicks are the. Is that the right spot? Are the Red Sox? They just can't get there. Can't close. Can't close. Don't fear about that second half either. There are cases that have 2 kabooms in them. All right, I've seen it. I've also heard of cases with 0. So don't fret on that second half of the case. Still the Galactic to hit too. The Red Sox should never win. The most valuable franchise. Well, I mean, maybe, but like the Lakers, right? The Knicks don't feel like a franchise that just goes out and spends a ton of money. Like the Dodgers, the Lakers. The Lakers feel like they'll pay a bunch of money to buy a team. The Warriors, right? All those Cali teams. And then the Dodgers, of course, spending all that money right now. Buzelis on the groove. Lift off AD. But it doesn't seem like the Knicks feel more like an Athletics, right? They're not spending a ton of money, but they spend enough, right? They got a couple of pretty solid players. They made the trade for Brunson. That's turned out pretty well. It's a 99 Kobe White on the Bulls. Groove Brandon Miller. Yao Ming Fractal. That's cool. I like the Yao Ming stuff going back in. Dirk Nowitzki Groove. Shaq insert. Luka Groove. And Buzelis. There you go. There you go, Mr. Sisson. Some ink for you. I think you said you missed out. You missed out on the ink in that second case. There you go. Might not be the kaboom, but autograph. Very nice. It's a 125 Jalen Williams. And Fractal Jonas. The astronomical sums. Oh, they do just the wrong people. Maybe that's what maybe that's why it doesn't feel like it. It feels like they have an Oakland Athletics style team. But I don't know, like this year, like I don't know, who have they recently spent money on? I feel like they've been trading. Okay, Chris Dudley, Zach Randolph, Eddie Kerr. I'm talking about like big contracts, right? I'm not talking about like, are those like $30 million a year? That's what I mean, you know, LeBron money. LeBron got paid, AD got paid, Luka's getting paid. I don't know if the Lakers will keep him, but like I'm talking about those massive contracts, you know, where look at the Dodgers, Mookie, Shohei, Freddie Freeman, paid a bunch of money for Roki and Yamamoto. Like they're just and I kind of hate it. I hate it, but you know, kind of wish there was some sort of cap that they would do. But they paid Brunson big, okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of paying off. That's working out very well for the Knicks. I didn't know if he was still part of the trade under the contract that they traded, or if they gave him a new one already. So here we go. Cam Johnson Fractal. The Worm Groove, Jacoby Walter. And Cody, see, this looks so cool. Like when they with the color in the background of the rookies looks really neat. Numbered to 60 on the Cody Williams, and Supernova Stephon Castle to 25. That's a pretty sick hit for the Spurs. Infinite to 25 on arguably the best rookie in the product. There you go. Mr. B. Cross, nice hit. I'm going to put that on a big boy. That's good enough. Very nice. Dejounte Murray on the groove. And Fractal Pele. Ron Holland groove. And Alcer Thompson. There you go, Pistons. Numbered to 50 on the cubic. Nice hit. Zach Edey liftoff Fractal. And ink is going to be Jalen Duren. Boy, Pistons, you're killing it there. You're killing it here, Mr. Jeremy. Jalen Duren ink. 2 Pistons autos for you. All right, this is the 10-minute sleeve because of the silly die cut. All right, one side. Get it the other. Second side is always the hardest. There we go. Yeah, well, and then again, is Towns still under the trade contract? I just don't know. I know they traded for Towns, but I don't know. I didn't know if they renewed their contracts yet. That's what. Yeah, I don't think OG's getting $37 million. Are you kidding me? Is that per year? Towns is getting $50 million. OG $37 million for a year. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Now, if that's their contract, okay, they spread that over 5-6 years or whatever. But yeah, Towns. I don't think Towns is going to be cheap when his contract's up either. Just hope for a second kaboom in the next break. Yes, I agree. It can happen. It can happen. I know now the break's not full and everyone's probably going to be scared to jump in because we hit the kaboom, but it's definitely a big part of Revolution. I am under market still. I'm breaking these cheaper than what I can sell them for to other dealers. So OG goes up to $48 million. That's ridiculous. $48 million for OG? What the heck? Wow. That's yeah. Maybe you're right. They're spending the money at why? OG just doesn't seem like a $50 million, $30 million a year guy for that matter. I don't get it. Joel Embiid on the groove. Maybe now I know why. I understand your frustration because OG's getting paid ridiculous money. Shaden Sharp to 99. That's nuts. I don't really follow the whole contract side of basketball very well, but that's insane. Supernova Fractal LeBron. That's cool. And Donovan Clingan for the Blazers. There you go. Rookie ink. Blazers to Mr. Battles. There you go. They spend, but that doesn't sound like good spend. But look at the Pacers though. The Pacers don't spend. That's what I'll tell you. They do not spend, and that's been always my complaint. The Pacers out of 175 here on the Embiid. They've always felt like a team that is so close to winning a championship every year. Like they're always a playoff team. They usually, last year Eastern Conference Finals, right? This year they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're looking good. They might get into the finals here, but like even back when it was when LeBron was a Cav, they were building a team to beat the Cavaliers, and they were always so close. And I'm like, when Paul George was a Pacer, we just need one more superstar. Just go out and pay somebody. Go get a $30-40 million a year guy, pay him, and pair him with Paul George. and I think we would have been insane. And they never did it. Instead, we get David West. We get, you know, Austin. Well, no, Crochet was. I'm trying to think of who else was on those teams. You know, someone like McConnell is awesome. I love T.J. McConnell. But like, and now we have Halliburton, who's very clearly a superstar now. He's kind of cemented that, and it's cheap, right? You know, look at the Pacers. The Pacers' salaries not that bad. Siakam, you know, Siakam's a bigger guy, but but this team feels so good. Like we've picked the right players. We've picked the right cheap players. Neesmith's turning out to be awesome from that trade. Nemhard's just drains threes. We have such a good three-point shooting team. Here we go, Fractal. Jalen Tyson and Karl Malone, Fractal Legends, and Trey Young. That's also out of 25. There you go, Hawks. Showstoppers to 25. Hawks over to Mr. Battles. Like I said, he's tough to see with such a dark blue. Thanks for the kaboom. There you go. Nice. Yeah, you just... Nice hit, Brian. There you go. I didn't know who it was. I see BWL. Some names I don't, you know, not breaking as much, but as much as Zach. Some of these I don't know who they are exactly. Jordan Poole to 149. Jimmy Butler Groove. Missy out of 175. Pelicans doing all right. And Fractal Dwayne Wade insert. I love those. Those are neat. Another Donovan Clingan. 2 Clingan autos. Over to the Blazers, Mr. Battles. Reggie Miller still lives in every Knicks fan's head. And Tracy McGrady to 75. And what's worse is he's calling the games. He's calling the games. Oh, that's funny too. I just think it's kind of funny that, you know, the whole choke thing, choke 2.0, and Reggie's there calling. Like, it's just like the worst nightmare right now for Knicks fans. So, all right, I don't have an out of 75 yet, so it's just gonna go there. 1 box left. But yeah, the Pacers have felt more of an Oakland Athletics style building, and they just won't spend money. That's just never what the Pacers have done, and it's kind of a bummer. But like now it's kind of working, right? This team just meshes so well together. There's really good chemistry, and I like teams like this. You know, where you just get a bunch of really solid, you know, $10 to $15 million a year players. All right. And then instead of going to get 2 $40 million and then a bunch of cheap guys. And that's what I've always said. Like, I mean, like Juan Soto got so much money, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm not saying Soto is bad. Not saying Soto is a bad baseball player, but when you're paying that guy as much money as he's getting per year, instead you could go get a bunch of Pete Crow Armstrongs. Go get 3 of those instead. You know, I know, you know, that's saying right now. Pete might end up getting a hefty contract if he keeps this up, but go get those stock. Go get some 30 home run a year guys for $15 million a year or whatever, you know, and I don't know. I think you'd be better off. Barkley on the groove, but I'm not I don't run baseball teams or basketball teams. Ant-Man, that's a nice one to 99. Lift off. Another top load I got to do. To 75, Chris Middleton. LeBron on the groove. Darius Garland, Fractal. Ron Holmes groove. Dalton Connect to 75. Nice hit, Lakers. Bronny. And our final auto is going to be Steve Francis. That's nasty. Number to 100. Almost wish this one were on card. Sometimes they do that for the old guys. Rockets. Cool hit. Brando. Steve Francis to 100. Nice. Nice hits. Groove Kawhi Leonard. And Fractal Tyler Smith to close out our half. There we go. We got a Kaboom, but we're going to chase another one in the second half. Or the Galactic. Galactic is still alive too. But it can happen. 2 Kabooms in a case. Get these guys top loaded up. And then we'll be on to Bowman Delight with a $3,600 bounty. Check out the player breaks. Check out the second half of Revolution. And there's a little Pokemon action open as well for you Poke fans. All right, is this going to get... There we go. This is out of 99. All right, quick recap here. Top grooves and fractals. LeBron, D. Wade, LeBron, Zach Edey, Buzelis, Jason Tatum, and Bronny James. These are out of 175, Yves Missy, Joel Embiid, Dwayne Wade, and Tristan Da Silva. Out of 149, Jordan Poole, Tim Duncan, Karl Anthony Towns. Out of 125, Jalen Williams, Devin Carter, and Missy. Out of 99, Anthony Edwards, Shaden Sharp, Kobe White, Kevin Durant, can barely read it, AJ Johnson, and Devin Vassell. Out of 75, Chris Middleton, Dalton Connect, Tracy McGrady, and Alistair Thompson to 50. Out of 60, Cody Williams, Deron Holmes. And out of 25, Jacoby Walter. One auto over here, Dyson Daniels for the Hawks. Max Fried, Goldschmidt, Cody Bellinger, and have some... Exactly. Yeah, exactly what I mean. Good, solid $10 to $15 million a year guys. Is Goldschmidt really that cheap now? NBA if it's Minnesota, Indiana. I know. I don't think the Thunder are gonna lose though. I got them winning it. Donovan Clingan, 2 autos for the Blazers there. Steve Francis out of 100. Nice one, Rockets with the throwback logo too. One of my favorites. Out of 25, Showstoppers, Trae Young out to the Hawks. Buzelis Inc. Nice hit for the Bulls. And a couple of Pistons autos. Bobby Clintman and Jalen Duren. There you go, Pistons. Big ones here. Stephon Castle to 25. Supernova on the insert for the Spurs. And we found a Kaboom. Jason Tatum. Nice hit, Celtics. Mr. Brian. Let's go. There we go. Nice hits there. That's going to do it, my friends, for our Revolution break. Let's see. I didn't look at that. Look at the Clippers. That would have worked. They did with Pascal. Knicks in 6. Nope. Hope the Cubs pick up PCA and Tucker. Yeah, I know. That's what I would hope for. You know, they got some pretty solid squad going on with the Cubs now. And then what happens when these contracts expire? So that's gonna do it, friends. Do appreciate everyone hanging out and joining as always. We'll see you soon and take care.